When the Empress turns upon herself and falls into her shadow, her fields of abundance decay under excess. Her rivers of love flood the land, drowning. Rather than nourishing, the Divine Mother becomes the smothering mother love, not from freedom, but from fear. Fear of being unneeded, unseen, unremembered her heart once open as the earth now clutches and binds, mistaking possession for intimacy. In this lower polarity, she demands to be loved back in the same measure she gives. Forgetting that true love never keeps accounts, her kindness becomes conditional. Her empathy manipulative, her care stifling, she feeds others until she starves herself, then resents them for her emptiness. What was once the creative womb of the universe becomes a barren field, overworked, exhausted, resentful of the life it once rejoiced to sustain. The sensual queen of nature, who once delighted in flowers and rain, now sinks into indulgence. She mistakes comfort for happiness, consumption for fulfillment, food, attention, affection, beauty. She devours all, yet her hunger only grows. Her touch demanding her laughter, hollow pleasure becomes escape. Abundance turns into gluttony. The world that once bloomed now withers from her grasp like an untended garden overrun with weeds of vanity, pride, and longing. The mirror that reflected her sacred beauty now traps her in self obsession. She paints her face to hide tired eyes, purchases ornaments to distract from her empty soul. Her radiance, once from within, now flickers under artificial approval. Her relationships become dependent. She clings to love like a vine, without roots, unable to stand alone, seeking to be completed by others, unaware that her power lay in her wholeness. She gives everything, hoping to be adored, then curses those who do not worship her. Emotions deep and intuitive become tools of control. She weeps for sympathy, sulks for guilt, wounds for attention. Her intuition, the divine whisper connecting her to creation's rhythms, turns cunning, driven by fear. She senses others' weaknesses and uses them for power. Her empathy, once her greatest gift, becomes her weapon. In this inverted form, she mirrors the wounded earth, exploited, polluted, stripped of dignity, Gaia crying beneath our feet, forests cut, rivers, poisoned air, thick with smoke. Her beauty desecrated by greed. What we do to her, we do to ourselves. The Empress's fall warns that abundance without reverence becomes destruction. Fertility without restraint becomes waste. Philosophically, this lower polarity teaches that even divine love must know balance too much. Giving creates dependence, too much pleasure leads to emptiness, too much beauty breeds illusion. When the sacred feminine forgets her stillness, she becomes noise. When she forgets her purpose, she becomes performance. The garden of her soul can only bloom again when she learns to rest, breathe between acts of creation. The shadow of the Empress is not evil, it is simply the echo of her exhaustion, the cry of a heart that has forgotten its source, her. Darkness teaches that true nurturing begins with self-nourishment, that to create one must pause, that to love one must not cling. Thus the Empress, in her lower polarity, is a mirror to every human who has loved too much, eaten too much, tried too hard, or cared beyond capacity. She is the burnt-out healer, the overextended mother, the artist who lost joy, the lover who forgot boundaries, the woman who mistakes beauty for worth. Her fall reminds us that the divine feminine cannot be sustained by self-sacrifice alone. She must reclaim her inner rhythm. When she rises from this shadow, her love becomes vast, her beauty effortless, and her abundance flows naturally, not from craving or control, but from the serene knowledge that she is the garden, not its gardener, not its keeper, but the soil, the seed, and the bloom itself.